All right, hello everyone. So today's the 17th. Now, yesterday we had these Astro hours here. You can see the market came up, and if you recall, we had 11 and 13. And I also said take a look at these red levels as well. As you can see, I've got zones here, but I also posted PST levels. So from the highs, I said you could sell into it still, but I did say be careful with the selling in, okay, because of the PST levels down here, and okay, we are here in a support zone. All right, now, but I did say also we're going to come down. Okay, why? Because we've got room to come down, but the market is going to bounce off somewhere to push up and then to come down. So we're always waving down. So only sell if the market goes up, okay, and no selling at support, as I always say. So yesterday, if you managed to follow it right, okay, previous day's highs are also here. Okay, and the day before that is up here. So as the market comes back, fills in the gaps. We talked about filling in the gaps, and after that it just fell down. So this level still, as you can see, we've got a buy happening here on the 1893. So if I want to take a look at today, if you're using your 8 a.m. strategy, you can see where the market's bouncing off pretty much on the lines here, and today's HCL1 is 1888. 1888. Let's see. As you can see, that's pretty much where the market bounced off. This is 1888, and the market did the low at 1889.48. Okay, so pretty much that's the HCL1 level for today. I can now get rid of this. We don't need this for today. Okay, so the market's still down. Also, if you're going to buy at a PST level at an Astro hour, you can, but I always say if you're going against a move, before you get a confirmation if you're going to go in, do it with a smaller lot size because you're against that move. Okay, as you can see, this is a pretty sharp move down, and this is exactly what we're looking at here. So the market should come further down. Okay, we should get into the 1850s. All right, so I'm still expecting the market to come down. Okay, and that's just how it is. So the resistance for today is going to be up here, 36.39, and that's 1903, 1907. I've got 1907. Whoops, here. Let's just do this. Let's just bring these down instead. 1903, which is pretty much the daily pivot there, as you can see. 1907, and is 1907 is just above the previous day high. So this zone again is a sell zone. This is a sell zone. You can push down. You can also make this a target. So if the market comes down, you can also go up into there as well. Okay, and Wednesday, I think Wednesday or Thursday for gold, just check out your swing days. All right, so the swing days for gold, Wednesday and Thursday. So these low levels are actually good to go long, and yesterday I also talked about that as well. Okay, in yesterday's post in the members area, I also said we're expecting some breakouts. Okay, either way it's going to come up or down, but once the market sells off here, you can see the break down happened. Okay, and it continued until the closing. So I said it should go on towards 839 and closing, and that's your 839 and closing here. Okay, and Wednesday and Thursday we're expecting a swing day for gold. So from the lows we should get into a swing, and this is looking out to be this 1890 zone here, 1888, 1890, and 1893, like I said yesterday, was a target, so it's pretty much done that too. All right, so this is where the market can nicely turn up, and if it does turn up, we should head towards these levels at least. Okay, SP 500 here. Okay, now same thing here, as you can see, right? As you can see, Astro hours market pushes down, breaks that level. Okay, goes back for a retracement. These are Astro hours again. You could have sold off here as well. Astro hours again, you could have sold off here as well, no problem. And then it came to the targets, and we talked about these targets yesterday, and the market did those during that session. So no big deal here. And all you got to do now is follow it through as well. Now remember, I said this zone is a place where the market will want to buy as well. Okay, so you know there's a bit of a support coming in probably around here. There will be. So if you take a look at the weekly chart, let's take a look at the weekly. Okay, we're pretty much done all the targets here. Okay, that 56 level, remember, 43.97. Okay, and that's pretty much there, 43.94 on the price as well. That's where the market pulled up before on the weekly, so it's only logical we'll get some support around here. So if the market also wants to go long around there, it's doable and possible. Okay, and SP 500, remember, swing day Wednesday and Thursday, so this could be a nice swing day for us. If I just refresh this, you'll see that the daily pivot is here. If you've learnt financial astrology from me, you would have had today about 3, let me just check again, Thursday morning, yeah, you would have had 318. Okay, so from 318 to 330, you would have also been on the lookout if you were trading the Asia session. 313, well, let's say 315, it should be around here. So this should, there you go, that's your 415, and this is your 330, 315. All right, so from these low levels here, as you can see, the market makes the target and then just swings up. So if we come back down again, going up is not a bad idea. And where will you want to go up to? You'll want to go up first of all to that level there, which is 36, and that's 4420, and that will be your first resistance where the market will want to sell. Coincidentally, that's also the daily pivot there, so the market will probably go up into there. You can see there's a sharp fall there, so sharp fall into a buying level is possible. So market, if it comes down, you can go long again. You're against the move, so you're going to use smaller lot sizes as well if you like, or make sure you manage your risk in any case. But we should at least come up to here, and then if it does break out, we should push higher into that zone, which is 4450. Let's call that 4450, which is going to be up here. 4450 is there, as you can see. And then on the daily as well, you'll have the PST level there, which is 47, and that's 4473. All right, so those will be targets to go up. So if the market decides to push further up, that's where we'll want to get to, and then we'll follow the trend down, obviously. Okay, but if this is going to be a swing day down, okay, if this is going to be a swing day Wednesday and Thursday, we should have some up move before we sell again. This 450 is obviously where they sold off before, so the market will want to come in. It'll want to fill in the gap here, your first resistance. If it starts to break above, then it'll want to go into this zone here, where at the end of that zone is 450. All right, but this will be also a resistance level here, but because the sharp fall, it's probably a sharp fall into a buy level, which is the last target on the weekly PST, there. So a bit of an up move is probably on the cards. And if you take a look at the daily, we've been like having a really big bash at this, so the market wanting to pick up from this demand zone to push up at least a little bit is on the card. So you know, going in for a long is not a bad idea either. Euro dollar on the daily, let's take a look. As you can see, we're right in this zone here. We talked about this, and as you can see, this is the Venus line here. All right, remember I drew the Venus resistance line there, so that's going to be a support level for us as well. See where that's coming from? It's coming from all the way from there. All right, you see how that Venus line is working. And let's see, let's go back, and now we're in this zone here. So let's get back in there. All right, here we are. So from here you had a big buy opportunity. Now this Venus line is going to be support for us, so going long from these levels is also not a bad idea at all. Also, euro dollar swing day was Monday, and then we've got Friday happening, which is tomorrow. If you think about it, let's see, check it out on the 15-minute chart. Remember, we had these levels, so we're like in those levels right now. Okay, remember we had 1.0883 yesterday. Also, Astro hours, sell off Astro hours right there, selling all the way into that 1.0860, not 18. All right, so market wanting to pick up from these levels, okay, is okay, but just understand we're going to go down. All right, so with the euro dollar, if you want to be a bit more certain, you can wait for an up move to sell. If you want to do a quick intraday trade, then going long and then getting out quickly is also an option. Your first resistance is going to be on this daily, which is going to be the 32, and that's going to be 1.0881. As you can see, it's pretty tight. Okay, so, and then you got 1.0893, so it's a bit tight here. 83, and then 91 is about here. So getting back into this zone is okay, and then the market can sell off as well from here. All right, or if it breaks above that, then we're probably going to have room to go up. Now if I refresh this, because the daily pivot is now here around this 1.0891, okay, so that was yesterday, and today we're going to be around here. Okay, so just so that you know, that's pretty close also to that PST level, which if this should get some resistance. If it breaks out straight through, then you understand we're going higher, but I don't see really anything breaking out big time, except for from probably 1 o'clock to 2:30. That's one dodgy spot, and so on. All right, but then whatever happens today, it should take us towards the closing. All right, so not a bad place to go in long for a short intraday trade this way. And then if it breaks higher, then you know we've got room to go. There's also liquidity here, so we should clean up some of the stops happening here. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. Now with Dow Jones, here we are. Okay, same kind of thing. All right, now remember I was expecting some breakouts and so on. Market comes to, that's 445. You'll note yesterday we had 450, right? Between 430 and 450. Look at that. This is your 430. That's your 430 there. Okay, and that's your 445. So what a shocker. All right, there you go, boom, and then coming down nicely into the closing there. That was a target, remember, that was a target. So if you sold here, you would have been okay. All right, why? Because we're looking to sell, and we're looking to sell if the market goes up. So the market went up into the sell zone and then came down, and this was our lower target, so we should come into this zone there. And as you can see, that's your zone there. All right, I said we should fill in the gap here, and that's pretty much it. On the weekly as well, you can see we've got that 55, 34,681. So the market should bounce around this 34,681, which is 34,681 is down here. So it's pretty much done it. But if it comes down here to an Astro hour on the weekly, not a bad idea to possibly go long. Because it's the weekly, it's okay to do so here. It's like the weekly support there. But obviously, because we're against the move, right? Like I'm saying it with everything else, when you're against the move, obviously, be a bit more conservative and prudent so you don't get tossed out with a big lot size. Nasdaq, same kind of thing here. Now with Nasdaq, I said we're in this zone, and like with all indices, it's got room to come down, but we want to sell on a push up. So you don't want to be selling here. Yesterday, as you can see, just flopped down, just like with the others as well. That's your 545. That's your 445 there. Also, remember we had, after that we said we'd go down. All right, so no big deal. This is all the way into the closing there. All right, So with this one, I did say it's a bit more tricky with NASDAQ. Why? Because it's already done all the weekly PSTs here. So we just need to be a bit careful. Okay, on the daily as well, we're down here now. This is a support level. This could also be a place where the market picks up a little bit, because we're right on the PSTs 32 and 30, which is 14,774 and 14,835. Okay, so 774 and that is 774 835 is going to be around here, which is already done. Okay, 835 is done. So this zone again is probably going to be a place where the market want to pick up and do a bit of buying, but like I always say, it's against the move here, so be mindful. Okay, a bit more tricky than the other ones, NASDAQ. Bitcoin, as with Bitcoin, I've been saying you should be selling as the market pushes up. So on any up retracement, you should have been selling. If you sold, that is your 920. Yesterday we had 8:30 to 9 o'clock. Okay, so 8:30 to 9 o'clock is around there. That's your 9 o'clock, that's your 8:30. So there you go. So that was the level where the market, okay, slightly afterwards they sold off all the way down into those targets I talked about. All right. So remember, my bias is down with this one. So on any pull up, if it matches your Astro hours, your technical levels, it's good to sell. And as you can see, we're hitting the targets as we go along. No real, change there. It's done all the PSTs on the daily, as you can see, and on the weekly we're right here on this line, so that's also good. And we should, push down. I'm expecting the market to come down, and that's basically it. Okay. So what you can do on this one again at 56, let's say 29,000. If it gets into the 29,100, you can sell here again. You can sell on the daily opening if it comes up. There's a bit of a gap here, so if it comes up, selling again is the way to go. And it's nice to see that the market is, as you can see, it's filling in and then selling off. Okay, so if it goes up to fill in and then sell off is also good, consistently going downwards.